Today we're going to be doing a quick review and overview of this DeWalt router. This is model number DW616, and I would say the most important specs on it are the 1 3/4 horsepower and the 24,500 RPM. This is, without exaggeration, one of my favorite tools. The setup is sturdy, the materials feel great, and honestly it's just really easy to use. In terms of horsepower, this router stands in the medium range, and that's because some on the lower end have about 1 1/4 horsepower, while the ones on the higher end have 2 1/4 horsepower. At least that's how it was through my observations and my own shopping experience. But I've never felt any hesitation on the power, so I really think this is more than enough. What you see on the screen right now is everything that you'll get in the box when you get yours. For versatility, the router comes with 2 different collets. This is so you can accept different sized router bits. The one on the left accepts 1/2 an inch, and the one on the right accepts 1/4 of an inch. It also comes with 2 different wrenches, and this is so you can remove the router bits. It also comes with a heavy duty cable, and you would attach that cable right up here. Aside from everything else mentioned, the last thing is the router itself. Just in case you're curious, this is how you would power it on or off, but we'll get to see a little more of that when we plug it in later. For now, I can just show you how it works. To detach the router from the base, unhook the latch on the back. After that, you'll notice there are 2 safety latches on the side. You want to press down on both of these and pull the base up. I know it seems like a bit much, but when it comes to the safety of the device, I think this is actually a really good thing. And to install the collet, it's super simple. Both collets can thread right in, you just have to pick the one that corresponds to the size of your drill bit. And since we're using a 1/2 inch drill bit, I use the 1/2 inch collet. Initially, you just want to tighten the collet by hand, and then you can use the wrenches to secure it. One wrench goes on the actual router, and the other one goes on the collet, and you can just keep twisting until this is secure. Now, to attach the base one more time, super simple. You just want to find this line on the backside and find the pins inside the base that correspond to that line. The latches on the side do secure automatically, but you'll have to manually adjust the back latch. Since this is partially a review, I just want to emphasize that the build feels really sturdy. The materials feel very solid, the handles are comfortable to hold, and it even has a depth adjustment ring. I don't use it much myself, but I can definitely see how this could be a very handy feature. To use this feature, line up the 0 with the arrow. This will give you your starting point. After that, you can make the adjustments. But before making those adjustments, make sure you unhook the latch on the back. Now, you can start moving the black ring, which is the intended grip area. This moves the router bit up and down, and it brings the yellow ring along with it, which marks exactly how far up and down it's going. I actually find it easier to make this adjustment when you're holding the router sideways, because when you're holding it vertically, the weight of the router itself makes it a little hard to twist. The router also comes with 2 mounting screw holes, and this is pretty standard among all routers, but it is a super convenient feature. This feature makes it nice and easy to mount the router to a routing table, even if it's just a DIY table, like the one that I'm showing right now. As you can see, without any hesitation, this router makes quick work of any simple task. To be able to mount the router to a table, you will have to remove this plastic cover up top. The plastic cover is held in place by 4 Phillips head screws, and as you can see, they strip pretty easily, so that is something you should be careful with. This is a very compact machine, and it does have some weight to it. The specs online list that it weighs about 10 pounds with the base on. Whether this is a good or a bad thing depends entirely on your perspective, but I personally like the weight because I feel like it adds stability when you're routing something. Unlike traditional power cords, you have to plug this one in and start twisting to lock it into place. And now we can plug it in, since I'm sure that's what everybody's been waiting for. For perspective as to how powerful these things are, pay attention to the movement when I start it up. With the base on, it's a little under 9 inches in height, or 23 centimeters, in case you were considering that for storage. I don't regret buying my router at all because it has been such an awesome tool, but if I could do it over again, I think I would buy a bundle. I paid about $130 for mine, but for almost $200, you can get a way better value. The DW618 has 2.25 horsepower instead of 1.75, and this specific kit comes with a plunge router base, which also has a vacuum attachment. They do sell that plunge router attachment separately, but it's about $100, so adding that to the $130 that I already paid would put that way over this price point. Not to mention that I would still be 1/2 horsepower short compared to this one. I'll be sure to link all those options in the description in case you're interested in buying one yourself. Aside from the additional benefits of a plunge router base, the vacuum attachment would have also been super handy just because routers tend to be very messy, as you can see. But on the bright side, it does give you an opportunity for some really cool slow motion footage. Despite the differences in the two products, I still think that this is a great option and it's great for the price. Without the router, I don't think I would have been able to make some of these cool patterns, and especially not with this kind of precision. I do have a second channel that's entirely dedicated to making projects like these, so if that interests you, feel free to check it out in the description. If not, that's totally fine, but thank you very much for watching.